Hey everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hima and in today's video I'm going to give you guys a flip through and review of the 2021 planner by the brand Factor Notes. A quick disclaimer and disclosure before we start, this planner has been gifted to me by the brand Factor Notes for a review. However, this review is not paid or sponsored. All the opinions that I have expressed in this review are 100% completely my own honest opinions. Lastly, a big thank you to Factor Notes for this lovely planner. I have always loved their products a lot. I keep purchasing their bullet journals all the time. You guys know that if you have watched some of my previous videos. I will link those here and in the description box as well. You can also use my coupon code HEMAS on their website for a 10% discount if you decide to purchase this planner. So Factor Notes was kind enough to let me choose the cover for the planner that they wanted to send. They have a lot of cover designs on their website for this planner. The one that I chose was this one and it's a really pretty peachy color and it says progress with the word perfection struck off. I love this design because it is very minimalist. It also comes with a handy little elastic band to hold the planner shut. The planner comes in a sturdy hardcover. The design, like I said, is very minimalist. Also, I really resonated with that motto because my biggest problem in life is being a perfectionist and that I have to constantly keep reminding this to myself all the time. Plus, I love the color because it looks like the color of chai and I love chai. You have the introduction page which says the planner belongs to and you write your name here. You could also write your contact details in case you lose it and maybe stick a photo or draw a picture of yourself over here. Next you have your top 5 goals for the year. Again, I like how they are just right at the start of the planner so that every time you open it you can look at them. Then you have space to make your vision board. Here you could stick pictures of how you want your ideal life to look like or describe your ideal life in detail or write a motivational quote that you resonate with or which you think will help you to be your ideal self. Then there's a mind map page. Mind map is a very visual tool to represent anything that you want to in the form of a graph or a flowchart. You can use this to map out your yearly goals, your plans for 2021, projects that you want to take up or things that you want to learn in 2021. Next, there's a page to write your favorite quotes. Personally, I really like this because I'm always writing down quotes that I read in books or come across on Pinterest or Instagram. There's space here to write 8 of them. Then we have days to remember. I really appreciate this particular spread because I love writing down memories that are important to me and I don't really write down the big stuff because I know I'm going to remember that anyway. I like writing the small mundane things that made me happy. Some of my highlights for the year 2020 are things like baking a cake for the first time on a video call with my sister, or stepping out for the first time after the quarantine, or the day I reached 50 subscribers on YouTube, which was on 31st October 2020, just a month ago. Now that we're on 500, it seems so small in comparison, but I remember how happy I was back then to have 50 subscribers, so it's just small things like that which I don't want to forget. Then we have these 2 pages where you write down your improvement plan. This is quite like the level 10 goals spread except that the categories are broader. So you have body, mind, relationships and work. All of the level 10 goals can be summed up into these 4 categories. So this covers pretty much everything. Then there's the letter to my future self spread. I love doing this particular exercise a lot. I personally do it with my Alicia Souza planner. Here you basically write a letter to yourself 1 year from now, just talking about your hopes and plans for the year. And then it would be fun to kind of just open it and read 1 year from now what plans you had for yourself a year ago. It is such a good self-reflection exercise. You can also write a list of things that you're grateful for right now and then read that list a year from now to see if you still have those things in your life to be grateful to. Then you have 4 whole pages of self-reflection. Personally, I love self-reflection pages. They give me insight into my own thoughts that I didn't even know I had. You have 20 self-reflection questions to answer here. Now this can get a little heavy or overwhelming or mentally exhausting. So maybe don't try to do this all at once. You can use this as a question a day thing, like answer just one thing every day or just do 1 page every day. It's a nice little journaling exercise to unwind with. Then we have the meal planning page. I would have preferred this to be a monthly thing because realistically, I can't just make the same stuff on the same day every month. If you don't meal plan, you can use this for other things though, like workout planning or for study planning. Then we have the morning and evening routine, which again are my favorite pages. What I love about this one particularly is that it also has space for you to allot specific amount of time for each activity, which is how I make my morning and evening routine. I always allot time, even if it's like 5 minutes to brush my teeth. I will put that in so I can plan my day better and don't give myself any wriggle room for activities that aren't planned. Then we have your ideal week. I love this idea a lot because not every day of your week looks the same, right? Like say on a Monday, I want to get up at 6 a.m. and go for a run, but on a Tuesday, I want to wake up at 7 a.m. and do an hour of yoga instead. Sundays are usually more chill, so maybe I want to wake up by 9 a.m. on a Sunday, so this is great. The only downside that I see here is that this is not a 24-hour time blocking thing. So if you work in say a night shift, then these timings don't work for you. They don't apply to you, so you'll have to change them. But in general, I swear by time blocking. I love it a lot. It makes life much easier and productive. Next, there's a calendar for 2021, the yearly review. You can refer to this just to see what day a particular date falls on or to mark vacations or specific days, and you can also color code them. For example, if you're a lawyer, you might want to mark your court vacation days in this so that you can plan your own vacations accordingly. Similarly, if you're a teacher or a student yourself, you can mark school or college vacations in here. Then you have some general space for notes. You can again use the colors to color code, so that's nice. If I haven't made it obvious already, I'm a big fan of color coding. Then finally you have the monthly divider for January. I love the designs on their monthly dividers. They're definitely one of the best things about this planner. I will show them to you after we're done looking at January. Then we have the monthly view for January. Use this space to mark the highlights of your month. That includes important meetings, events, appointments, period dates, all of it. There's also a little space here to write what you're focusing on for the month, which is really nice. And there's also space to write general notes here. Next, there's a budget planning page. So what I like about this is it gives you space to write your income, your planned expenses like travel and food expenses. And then you have another section for your EMIs and other expenses. So even within the budget planning, you can categorize your expenses. And then you have space to write actual spending, so you can visually see if you stuck to your budget or ended up overspending. Then there's plenty space to write your shopping lists as well. And then your weekly view starts. This particular planner has a layout where every week ends on a Sunday, pretty much like the Ink Bucket planner, and there's a weekly reflection after every Sunday, which is really nice. Before the week starts, there's space here for you to doodle, and there's a different activity for every month. So for April you have a maze, and for May you have a riddle, and so on. At the end of every week, there's a small space here at the top to write your quote of the week, or you could use it to just write 2 lines of gratitude. There's space to write things to remember, top priorities, and notes. There are also empty boxes here where you could just make your own categories, and that's pretty much how it continues till the end of the month. The habit trackers in this planner have a weekly layout, which I absolutely love. I hope more planners do this thing of having habit trackers weekly instead of monthly, because first, it's super useful if I want to track different habits every week, and more than that, sometimes I miss tracking my habits for a couple of days, and when I see those empty spaces in the planner, I get super demotivated and I'm just like, screw it, I'll just track it next month. And a weekly habit tracker would work much better for people like me who do that. And this pretty much continues till the end of the month. There are 3 bookmarks in the planner, so you can save multiple places in the planner that you need to access every day. They all have different colors, so you can color code them for easy access and leave each one in its designated place. The monthly dividers in this planner are absolutely stunning. They're colorful and yet very minimal. At the end of December, you have a little space to write a note for 2022, and then you have some more tracking and personal development pages. There's a reading list for books that you're going to read in 2021. There's a learning list, and I personally love that idea. For example, it's my New Year's resolution to learn how to drive in 2021. So I will write that down here at the start of the year. So when I do learn it, I can check it off, and it's so satisfying to check things off a list. Then we have 2 whole pages for movies to watch. 2 whole pages for series to watch. Travel list. List of restaurants and food to try, which I hope we get to do in 2021. Then there's this tracker that I've never seen before, which is a possessions map that's super unique. I've never seen this particular spread even in bullet journal, so I was really intrigued by it. You can write down things you own, things you've lent, and things you've borrowed. For a person like me who has the memory of a goldfish, the things I lent and things I borrowed is super helpful. Then there's a page to write your wish list for 2021. It's really helpful that it's divided into what, when, and the budget. I especially like the when part. I think this would be useful for someone like me who is an impulsive shopper. Then we have an identity card tracker. This is nice for someone who has a lot of identity cards to keep track of. Like, it's not just for your official government documents, but also your library card, college ID, workspace ID, and stuff like that. There's also a health tracker to track your health parameters as well as that of your partners, which is nice. You could use this for weight tracking, or if you're gifting this to an older person or your parent, then they could use this to track their blood sugar or blood pressure. Then there's also an annual vacation planning page. You write down where you're going, how long you're going for, when you're going, and where you're traveling from and to in here. There's different icons here for modes of transport, a to-do list before you leave. There's also a vacation itinerary list to plan what you're doing, where and when, as well as the expenditures. There are 2 whole pages dedicated to packing list. This doesn't have categories, so there's no pressure of filling items in a specific box. You can just brainstorm things and write them all in here, or just make your own categories. And that's pretty much it. At the end of the planner, you have some super cute comics to look at. And obviously, since it's a Factor Notes planner, some dotted grid pages for bullet journaling. And I'm saving the best stuff for the last, which is stickers. Can it even be a good planner without some stickers to go with it? So we have 8 sheets of planner stickers in here, which is very generous. Each page has unique stickers in it. There are both functional as well as decorative stickers in here for your planner. There's also a handy little pocket at the back of the planner to hold your stickers, your stationery, and important documents. And that's it for the flip through and review of this planner. I know you guys must be wondering what on earth am I going to do with 3 planners, so let me clarify that I'm not planning to use 3 planners. I will be gifting this one to my mom. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more such videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!